Shorties in the city moving slow. 3500 for the coat. Only real niggas keep you float.
Today's discussion is our top 5 hip-hop albums of the year so far for 2018. I feel like we previously had a conversation about 2017. You remember that?
Yeah, we talked about best albums of 2017. So this one's gonna be best albums of 2018 so far. We're halfway through.
Right. Let's start off with number 5. What do you have?
Number 5, I'm going Daytona, Pusha T, EP'd by Kanye West. I think that album, the production and on that album is the best production I've heard since this year started. Hands down, easily the best production. Pusha T does what Pusha T does on this album. Bars, cocaine bars. You know, this track to Drake, last track. So overall, 7 tracks. I really wanted more tracks, but overall, it's a great album.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you have it so low on your list. My number 5 would be Kid See Ghost with Kanye and Kid Cudi. This is like the project we've been wanting since Cudi helped out in 808 Heartbreak. And I know we had a previous video, like, would it have the same impact or the same feel, but I feel like Cudi and Ye have like such a core fan base. Like they could drop this album 5 years from now, and like the reception would still be the same because there's just like, you know, we're diehard Kid Cudi fans, so it's like, I don't know. I'm happy if it finally released. Had low expectations, but yeah, that's my number 5.
That shit was mad underwhelming. They could have kept that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit had one good song in it. Super
Fourth Dimension, Reborn, Cudi's Montage. Come on,
that shit was cool. Anyway, my number 4 track. My number 4 album is the side A of Scorpion. That came out a week ago, so that's why it's at number 4 right now. I probably need a little bit more time to grow with it, but it's a great side A. Is great. I like all 12 tracks, so I have it at number 4 right now.
I wouldn't have put that on my list. Not that it's not gonna make the top 5, but not just to put it like mid-year. Like you said, it's been a week. Premature. But my number 4 would have to be J-Rock's Redemption. Yo, J-Rock let me down with the 900509, which is the area code where he's from. He let me down with that one, man. I remember the promotion he had with SZA. He was coming off Money Trees Part 2. I was like, yo, J-Rock's really gonna deliver. And he, mind you, did have some cool cuts with the cut with Busta Rhymes, but it just felt lukewarm, you know. And you know, the title lives up to his name, you know. There was redemption on this album. Mind you, he did have like a motorcycle accident and all that too, so that's what inspired the title. Favorite cuts: Win-Win, the track with Kendrick, Freestyle. What does he have on there? There's a record with J. Cole, which I was heavily surprised that he even got Cole, you know, on the album. But that's my number 4.
I liked Redemption, but it kind of tapered off closer to the end. The first couple of tracks are fire, but it kind of tapers off, so I don't have it on my top 5 list. At number 3, I'm going Book of Ryan by Royce the 5'9". If you a young nigga, you probably don't know who Royce the 5'9" is. If you an old nigga, you definitely know who he is. He rocks. Was he the hype man for Eminem? Fuck out of here. He rocks with. Is that the hype man? He rocks with Eminem heavily. I would say he's a better rapper than Eminem. Eminem is, however, a better musician. His album is great. It goes through his life as being a kid, looking at his life as a perspective of his dad, of him being a kid, of him growing up, and of him having a kid, and how his kid looks at him. So it's a great album. I have it at my number 3.
Right, and I think this is one of the things that also stood out from that album. I think he said he was sober. I think he had an alcohol problem before, and this is like one of his albums where he's actually sober. So I remember that was a big deal. I seen a part of his Breakfast Club interview. Another quick fact about Royce the 5'9", he was on the original version of Renegade. You didn't know? It's quick fact. My number 3 is Logic's Bobby Tarantino 2. Man, Logic hasn't been spitting like this since Welcome to Forever, man.
Since Bobby Tarantino 1?
Nah, Bobby Tarantino 1 didn't have Rick and Morty as a skit, did it?
Okay. You're right. No, it didn't.
Yeah,
that's what top right over the top.
Yeah, I think him being like, I don't know, just made him rap a whole differently when he got the cosign by Rick and Morty. And then Joyner Lucas, he had the whole the Yuck track.
Yeah.
We had that, the wedding band line. Everybody know it was just refreshing to hear Logic just rapping and not talking about suicide and stuff. His 1-800 song. So shout out to Logic.
Bobby Tarantino is my number 2. That's number 2 on my list. So yeah, as you said, it's a great album. He's rapping. He raps just as good as your favorite rapper. I don't really know any rapper that can out-rap him bar for bar. If you want to bring in the other shit, then it's an argument. But bar for bar, he goes up against anyone. And I love that the song that he had featuring Young Sinatra when he brought back the Young Sinatra flow. Fire.
Oh, it's that Young Sinatra shit. It's that Young Sinatra.
Yeah.
That was fire.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Yo. Wait, did I do that justice?
No, that was horrible.
I was like, hold on. Yo. Yeah, that sounded like a loogie right there, so keep that one. My number 2 is Pusha T, Daytona. Man, I ain't gonna hold it. I was having debates in my head like, yo, should this be number 1? Because production wise, you said it before. You had this as your number 5, right?
Yeah, number 5.
Number 5, production is flawless. No song is feels like it didn't go to waste. All the way from the Rick Ross feature made sense. Even Kanye, What Would Meek Do? Yeah.
Man, I just needed more tracks. I just needed way more tracks than 7. And you can't give me 7 tracks, bro.
Come on. People used to criticize Illmatic because it was so short, because the runtime is 36 minutes. So imagine when you look at the Pusha T album when the runtime is 21 minutes.
Yeah, it's just 21 minutes. It's crazy.
That's crazy. So that's why it ultimately ended up being number 2 on my list.
Number 1 on my list, I'm going J. Cole, KOD. I thought this was the best put together album this year. Had a message, had a storyline. Lyrically is up there. Production is kind of good. Kill Edward is the only thing that's wrong with that album on one song, because J. Cole can't really sing. He really needs a feature. Niggas need to be worried to be on this shit. But I mean, I don't know what more to say about KOD. It's the best album to come out since this year beginning. I don't really see anything going to surpass it this year. Someone would really have to come with some real shit to surpass KOD.
Yeah, same for me. It's my number 1. I feel like, and it wasn't just a release where people clammed onto it because Jake. You can say J. Cole's a critical darling. Because just his message.
I don't really know if he is a critical darling. A lot of people shitted on.
People, the internet say he's boring, but if you look at the Metacritic for For Your Eyes Only, it's still above 80. So, but if you let the internet tell you, that probably had to be a 60. Yeah, let the internet tell you god damn, this is Nostradamus or something. For Your Eyes Only.
Niggas calling this nigga NyQuil. Shit crazy.
Yeah. So, but I feel so the album dropped. He did his Rolling Loud set. And the other big moment that came from that is he did an interview with Lil Pump. It wasn't him just spreading his message about yo, how drugs and it's fucking up the youth, these kids. He went to the core. Now say what you want to say about that interview, because Lil Pump
was just fucking there. That nigga, that's the first time a guy has ever done an interview. That might be the first actual conversation he ever had with somebody. That shit looked crazy.
Say what you want. Lil Pump is only a kid, but I love the fact that he
ain't a kid, bro. Relax. That nigga
he's not 18. He's not 18.
He's 17. The reason he got out, if you're 17, you gotta be able to hold a
contract.
conversation. Come on.
If you listen to Cole's album, they do these drugs from anxiety. I don't know, but before we go too far left, that's just what I love. Cole just didn't say his message. He actually did his message and try to create some conversation from the album. It was more than that. And even before the album dropped, he went to No Jumpers store out in Fairfax. He pulled up there. He was talking about X because he's yo, this is where all the fuckity fucks are come from. No Jumper's the guy that
No Jumper is literally the father of all these littles.
Yeah, that's the outlet they go to. You don't have to go nowhere else. So he pulled up there, did a 45-minute conversation. He was just. This is a moment here, for hip hop. If you can't, I don't know, you gotta appreciate it. But yeah, that's our top five lists. If you made it this far, I fuck with you heavy. If you disagree, or if we forgot an album that you thought should have been in the top 5, drop it in the comments below. And yeah.
I'm in the hood with niggas don't bother me. 3500 my cardigan. Shot it gon' fall.